Good morning. Well, afternoon. It's after lunch already. This is Town Dog, and I'm back with another Flight Simulator X. I'm going to do another biplane flight. I'm going to leave out where we landed yesterday at Hobby in Houston, Texas. We'll go from there to Corpus Cristi. We're going to use the Corpus Cristi VOR to come into the high altitude. As we get in closer, we'll switch over to the low altitude on little airport. It's a, let me see what I got here. It's a naval air station right there in Corpus Cristi, out there on a little island called Truaz, and that's where we're going to be landed. We'll pick up their VOR and then get their ILS and all come in. Anyway, that's where we're going to go to. Here we are. We're going to aim in the little biplane. I got it in the shelter overnight. We're going to back her out and see what we got going. See if we can get started. Make sure the page is selected now. Yeah, she's rolling backwards. Got a backer out here to clear. I'll go fuel up. I've only got, I think, roughly 10% of the tank, so I'll go fill them plumb full and fly with full tanks today. I don't know how far it is, so I'm playing it safe. It's just across here from Houston to Corpus Cristi, however far it is. I don't think it's no great long ways, though, but just in case. All right, here we are. We're going to stop right over here. That backed out right on that line. It ain't bad at all. I like it for a parking place. Lock brakes again. Let's sit there. Whoa, it started moving again. I told it to stop. Lock brakes. Here we go. Now we're going to get inside the plane right here. And right here, notice we can't get this thing started. Let's set the mixture down. Crack the throttle just a little. I see that move. That's more than enough. Now we're going to turn the power on here. Wait, wrong, it ain't the power, it's autopilot. See, these two's the power. Here we go. And avionics is right there. We'll go ahead and turn them on. Turn the fuel on, we got that set. Bring this over here to start. I believe it worked. Here we go. Now let's get the rest of the lights on. I don't want that pump, I do it every time. That's smoke, I don't want that either right now. Alright, we're to here, the engine's running. Let's bring this right here up. And I'm gonna set this right here now on the VOR at Corpus Cristi. The high altitude is 11550, so let's get that on there. And just quick as we get over on the low altitude, we'll get on it. But I'll start with this because high altitude to give me enough range to pick it up pretty quick. I'll suppose it'll be fairly quick. 11550. Alright, both of them is active there. Alright, I'm going to go down to the low altitude for a naval air station, and it's 11130. That's the ILS, I believe. 1400. 114. Well, it did go 4. 00. That there, now it's ready for that there. Alright, we're going to leave out of here on a heading of 220 and see what that does for us. As long as we get that signal, we're good enough. Now, the next thing we need to do is probably go with some fuel. So let's unlock these brakes and go with some fuel. I'm going to swing around top. I remember seeing when I come in here at a pump, a fuel station right up here. Place to fill this thing up, so let's ease up there and get it full. First thing I'm going to do is go back in here and get rid of that. And over here I got total fuel in the tank right now at 6 gallons. Now we go over and fuel it up. I'll verify what I had before we get to that position. It's easier to get to this pump. I turn that pump right on my side and get off over and fuel up without the prop being in the way. Walking past that prop and it running. They don't like that I fuel it up running, but I'm not going to shut it down. Supposed to shut it down, no smoking. Okay. Get this right here. Right down this side here. We're going to sit on here crossways so we can get to it without here. We should be about full about now. 66 gallon, we're full. Now what we need is a runway. That's going our way, and it don't matter which direction as far as I'm concerned getting out of here. Here's a runway right here. Let's see what runway we done chose. Not choose it by number, and choose it by location. It's close to me. Nobody's told me I can't use it, so here we go. I am on multiplayer today. Nobody in, but a few minutes ago it was a couple in. They've all dropped out and gone. Well, I actually shut back down a while ago due to trying to pick up a malware virus thing. It shut my machine down, but I know how to get rid of that before it ever gets affected. As soon as it comes on and tells you you've got a problem with malware because of Microsoft telling you it ain't Microsoft, it's some virus writer doing it. It ain't Microsoft telling you. Microsoft don't give a shit if you get a virus or not. If their Windows Defender don't catch it, it ain't that. Anyway, we're up and running now, and we're gonna set this right here on altitude of about 3,500. Now I'll be all right for now. Well, that's way too much, but let's get this airspeed set. It's too fast right now. The altitude's too slow. We'll get it right in a minute. About to draw 115. I'll make it 120. Now I'm gonna set this on 220. Let's go ahead and let's get this where it'll hold. It gets this on 220. Too much. Oh, 220. Well, towards the wall. Right there, 220. Alright, we're headed out 220. Let's bring up these two and see if we got a signal. We don't have a signal yet. We're gonna bring this up, and we've got these two up. I'm gonna set this so when it comes on, it'll start making a sound. I'll know it's on. Now two are parked on south. Now one is off by the bar being line, the little red flag down. It's not on. Neither one is on. And we're headed on a heading of 220. Hopefully it's close enough to Corpus Cristi to get our signal on. It's a high altitude. It should work fine. And actually, I'm gonna set this on. I said 35 a while ago. Make it 45 on kind of the signal. I don't want to get real high, but I want to be climb at 800. Be all right. Now let's get this out here and see if we get a signal on. I don't have any idea how far this is. The only way I know to find out is either log it in or use this right here to get a rough idea. That's 100 miles. That's 200 miles. 350. About 300 miles is like, and we hit it this way instead of this way, so you see what we got. We still should get it, as long as we get within 200 miles of it, she should come on. Since it's that far, I'm going to climb another 2,000 feet from where I first hit it. I'm going to go on up to 6,000. The higher I get, the quicker that signal can be picked up. And it ain't going to be picked up till I get within 200 miles of it or less. But this is a high altitude at Corpus Cristi, downtown. At the airport, or around just outside the airport, the main international down there. But we're not going to land there. We're going to switch over to the Naval Air Station as soon as it comes on. Within about 50-60 miles of the airport. At that point, we'll go to it, and then we'll start looking for the ILS at that airport. Let's see what we'll get going here. Oh, we getting it now, look here. Follow up on that wing, it won't be on our view way. Even when it is at the top, we're not looking at the sky, we're looking at the ground. get me a eye tracker of some kind so I can. It'd help me a whole lot. Like coming into a landing, I can turn my head, look out like this right here without pushing buttons. Just move your eyes and it looks around for you, and that's what I want, what I need. From even in trucks, you just turn, look out the side glass when you pull to the intersection without changing anything. Just glance over that way and it automatically looks that way. The eye tracker I was told was better than the other one. But you have to have a camera, and I don't even have a camera. Which it ain't impossible for me to get a camera, but set it up. It use your eyeballs directions. Oh, we just picked up our signal, looked like 150 miles. That I just said it was 300. Did I lie to myself? Or is that the wrong one? That could easily be one before I get there. Because I could run out that one before I pick that up. But 300. GPS is not always accurate by a long shot. There's 200 there. Corpus Cristi, well, it still could be right. And it's in the right direction too. Corpus Christi's, I thought a little tighter in there though, still back here. Back out in here be a little more off. That there's straight ahead. 140 something miles. This shows 200 to here. That sounds too far off, but the signal, I may have to go to the map and look at this because it's not giving me what I need to know. Looks to be lying to me to bring us around. This is telling right here. You see, it gives me that much right there. But now, it is up in town, up in here a little ways. So it could be it could be. But it is, it's closer than I thought. I thought this borderline here, Corpus Christi, was closer inside, but that put it on back into here. Along in here somewhere, a best line. Got nothing to read it to see what it is. But what I can do is I can log in the address of that airport, and it would tell me how far it is. But I didn't want to do that. This is Corpus Christi downtown. Is right along there, straight ahead of me. About 2 degrees or 3 that way. Straight in. It ain't bad off for this direction, to be honest with you. I'm gonna say it's it. It's too far for it to be a second one. Time I went that far, it wouldn't be room enough for the other to work without overlapping. They do not overlap. High altitude VORs are usually it's got at least 50 to 100 miles between them. Sometimes they might say together, but they don't overlap. That's something I haven't seen, an overlap of 2 large VORs. Low altitude, you may have 3 or 4 in there, but they still don't overlap because they're only 50 miles, 100 miles apart, you can get 2. Especially with the same signal, that's what I'm getting at. Different signals can overlap, actually, but the same signal can't. Because you wouldn't know which one is on at the time, except read that beeper. And it could switch. If you're inside of both of them, it could switch back and forth on you. That wouldn't be found funny. I don't think you get inside of both of them, to be honest with you. Now I'm showing me slightly to the left of the airport. And left lines up at bar on its side. That bar don't mean nothing. That means I got it set that way. It don't mean nothing. The fact that it's not lined don't mean nothing. It is the right direction. Give or take a few degrees. If that's right, we'll be there quicker than I thought. But I swear I thought it was checking out about even right here. If Corpus Christi was here, 200 usually comes. It does sometimes go out there. But I was trying to count it along here, but then I got 250, 280. Look at 147 miles. That don't correspond to what I. But this lies in some areas worse than others. They're probably just lying. Can't totally go by this, but if that's the right signal, you can go by it. But you got to know that it's right. Be in the right direction is half of it. Distance being too great for two of them to be in there is the other half of it. Time you run this distance out at 300, you don't have 150 left, and the other will reach out at least 180 miles, so at a higher altitude. They not going to overlap, they just don't overlap. We'll check it. We'll know we'll get up in there. We'll get within about 40, 50 miles of that, and we'll look for that other one at low altitude. We're up to 6,500, which gives us a good signal range. Makes you a little high for looking at scenery. We're up here in above the clouds. Looks like it's broken enough. We pretty well get VFR out of it. As long as you pay attention. Let me cut that beeper off for now. We don't really need it at this point. Still concentrating on the fact that, in fact, I can switch this one, turn that on, and we'll still have the knowledge of the other one. The distance and all on the other one right now. Anyway, I don't have it on that one. This is, reading it there. This is Old Park South again. Waiting to see if that other low altitude comes on, which won't come on until probably between 60 and 30 miles on this one before that will come on. But now this, by doing it this way, I need to keep a closer look on this right here. Keep it lined and going my way because I don't have this to read. If I had nothing to read, it would be automatically straight at whatever it says there, which I'm about 3 degrees to the east of it. That's good enough. Cut that off. That's it. Sit and wait. Let's just spend some time and travel. Yep. Made a fool of the GPS that time, apparently. Or the one reading the GPS, I put it that way. But I read it that way, and about 80% of the time it's pretty accurate, but the rest of the time it gets off pretty bad. It don't do what I'm looking at. Oh, we got a big old airport right there. Whatever's on 220 out of 210, 220 out of Houston for a few miles, that's what that is. We're not over 60, 70 miles out. Probably, maybe not that far. I think I'm about to get up and walk around a minute and come back to this. Let it fly on its own a few minutes. Got something else I gotta do. Won't be long. I could have put this on live stream while I was ahead too, but I didn't. I did yesterday, but not today. Well, I did delete it. I deleted. A friend of mine was watching it when I deleted it. It just shut off. He should right at, it was a truck gate, and he was right at the end of it. I was getting ready to park it. No, but it was airplane. I was getting ready to land. He said, "You're getting right ready to land," and it just went off. Yeah, I deleted it. Because as soon as I got through with the live stream, I deleted it, and I had a local recording to put in place of it of exactly the same thing. So I switched them out. I already had 4 viewers. I lost those 4 by doing that. Which probably 1 or 2 of them at least clicked it again to see what it was. If they clicked it, I still got the count. You wouldn't have got. You don't get 2 counts for them. You get it. That would be considered a new video, so you click on it. but you lose the old ones, so still wouldn't have one per person. My eyes are getting heavy on me again today. I stayed up all night, got up real late, but that don't stop me being tired now. Try to get this flight done. Spent all night trying to get truck drive straightened out. I got into trouble with trailers and I tried to get to where it didn't look so stupid. It took me longer to correct it than it would to re-drove it. The lack of knowledge of an area what got me in trouble, not the fact that I couldn't drive it around there. Too sharp a bend for what I was pulling that I had to do once I got in the predicament I was in. If I knew the truth when I got there, I could drove straight in, straight out, no problem. I was trying to come in from the end I thought I should come in from. It was backwards. It wasn't. I was trying to go to the south and catch a set of scales going south, but I had to go down south, double back north to pick them up. That didn't make sense to me, and that's what it took. I tried to go in from the north to the south, and it was backwards. And when I tried to make that turn in there, I got hung on a fence, got off the field. When I got in the field, it had a invisible barrier. I tried to ease back on the parking lot instead of going back around the fence, and got to the parking lot. The invisible barrier wouldn't let me on the parking lot. I had to go all the way back around the fence, across the field to get out to the end where I came in. If I had that invisible barrier, I'd go up on the parking lot and saved half that trouble. And then when I got to the other end, I got hung because I coming in, couldn't turn around again. And not knowing the flow of traffic there is what the problem was. Once I've been through there, it's no problem. It's simple. Just go out the other end, loop back, come in. Go through the scales, go out the other end, loop back, go on. Plenty of room to turn, like you swing it a little bit. Pretty sharp turn, but no problem. I like redid that area, redid it, cut it, put it into this video so that it wouldn't look like I was plumb stupid as I was. American Truck Simulator, when you try to set up to redo a drive, to find the same trailer is almost impossible to get it to the right place on the right time of day. If you get there at the wrong time of day, the sunlight's wrong, and when you change the videos, it shows up real bad, especially if it's night or day difference. I went on single player and did that part. I had to drive 300 miles to get there, just to drive 10 minutes up the road and back to like, and it has to tell you to go to the scales when you go by. To give you a little flag, red or green. Red to go to the scales. I had to have a red. I went up and come back, had green going up, red going up. I turn around, come back, give me a green. Well, green won't work, and then I couldn't get rid of the green to get another red. I tried to go back to where I came from so I could be if I ready to turn around, and it never went away. I had to go back the other way past the scales to get rid of that, then go back to the scales, sleep again, then go back north and go back through to get the red in order to go to the scales. But I finally got it. 2 hours to fix an hour and 30-minute video. Well, it didn't make good sense, but that's what I did. Alright, where are we at and what are we doing? Let's see what we got. It says we're 135 miles out. Airport's still straight in front of us, or the VOR is at the international airport. Which not where we're going, but we got to get close enough to get the other yet. We're still looking for the other VR, which is not on yet. Won't be on for at least another 100 miles right there. At 120, you're looking at 50 minutes or so. We're getting IFR on itself. I still see through it, but the visibility distances, I believe, fell under IFR, under VFR. We drop down and get under the clouds, I think now it'll be alright. I'm going to ease back down to about 4,500 for now. I don't need to be up here, I don't think, now. Get him back down there. Change the altitude and the vertical speed so we come down past her. Well, I'm gonna step out of the room a minute. I gotta get another cup of coffee. Take about 3 to 5 minutes to get back, probably. back, see what the plane is doing. That's what we did. We're 120 miles out. Flying, we're down to 4,500 feet. Still looking for the other VOR. It hadn't come on yet. Still tracking the one it is on. Let's get this one clicked back this way. Makes it closer. And I'll bring this over to that. Back on the heading of 220 where I was on to start with. So far it's dead end where we're going. So it must have been better than I thought it was on that. Unless this is the wrong VOR, and I don't think it is. Hard for me to believe it ain't no further that over there though. That patch there is wrong. The beach goes around there. Guy that reworked the thing didn't get everything where it belongs. He got a few things. Good night. Now let's see what we got. Sure, maybe give me another cough drop. I don't see none here. Oh, yawn, yawn. Sleepy headed. When you stay up all night, that happens. Went to bed about 3:15. Later I slept, it shouldn't matter. Get up to about 11, give or take a little. Back up a second. Well, now I believe I'm wrong on this signal. I'm gonna go check it. I don't have no choice. This right here, 150 miles. Well, you're right there. That may be what I'm looking at. But I thought on the border right there is what I was looking at. And that's not what I've got here for sure. So I'm gonna go look and see what I got, see if I got the wrong numbers. It's a possibility. A big possibility. Especially now. Let me zoom it out a little. That comes to here. That's right. Actually what it is, I thought I was going to here and I'm not. This is Brownsville down here, I think. One of them is. Yep. And Corpus Christi's not there. I thought it was these were together. They're not. So I'm right. They're not as far down as I thought they were. I'm right on what numbers they're from. As they are back up in here now. This is where we're going here. 112 miles out. I'm looking for the signal for 1400. I got it on and looking for it. Tell me when it comes on. When this gets down to about anywhere between 60 and 30, I should pick it up. 50, 60 would work, except it's off to one side, which may make it further away, which could go from 50 down before it picks it up. But not under 30, I don't think. Because it's only a mile or so out there at the most, few miles. And it's not back this way, but it's to the left more than the other way. If it's 5 miles east, it won't be more than a mile further for me than the other one. I'll get that. Somebody's trying to call for about a number. Here we go. I'm back. Brother-in-law called to talk to his sister. Come on, I'm supposed to have a mouse moving right up where it ain't moving, there it goes. 3,500. We don't need to be up here now. Actually, because at 2,500, ain't nothing there very high. Altitude airport we're going to is 19 feet. Everything around that coast there is not over between that and 100 at least. But let it ease on down. Getting down below the clouds now. Looks like we're ready to strip under me. Or maybe asphalt. It ain't black, it's either grass or gravel. We run 240, 30 on the winds. It really shouldn't be, but that's what we got. Only one aisle, that's the airport. We're going to use it. We can't worry about the wind. We got to go the direction of the runway. Just have to put up with what's there. If it's there, it'll die off something as I come in. Won't be that much, I don't think. Why is it? Oh, it's a bottom wing. It ain't the back wing. Okay. It's hard to say why is that little light on that back wing. That ain't, that's the other wing. That's not the back wing. We have sitting there. I mistaken it for part of the tail. Awful big tail. And lights wasn't on this plane I got. I added them myself. The navigation lights. $2,500. Let's see if there's anybody in the team speak now. I mean, not team speak, ain't nobody in multiplayer. I think Tom come into the FSX and Steam a while ago, but don't know where he's at. He don't come into the multiplayer much or the no unless somebody's there with him. Oh, but he's in the no right now though. He's 1,500 miles away. Him and Kep is about the same distance apart. The Razor's in also. They all Razor 700. They 16 away. So Razor's doing his own thing. I've got him in accessible. He's probably in a 737. But they are definitely. John ever knows those are the guys. Now this here is Kep 3. This is an AI that came in with him, and this is an AI that came in with him. Brent Razor, he's 733 miles away. Shows him in a Cessna, but he's probably not. It could be, but not likely. And Boeing's got him in a Cessna also. He's probably not. None of them guys probably in Cessnas. This thing lies because it only does what you tell it. My plane is right. Shows me there, but I'm not in that. I'm not even actually in it. I got my part of it turned off. I just got up and running naked. As long as that light right there is red, I'm not actually in the. I'm running it, but I'm not flying in it. This is John FS node. That's the way it works. And I do a refresh, and that brought everybody still about the same. Didn't change nothing much. They're all in my channel on TeamSpeak, where I was before I left out. I dropped down to the recording room so they wouldn't be talking. They don't like to be. They don't like to be on the video. They don't like to be captured it much. They don't complain much at the same time. They'd rather not be. So that's the reason I try to get off to one where I don't bother them making videos. They're welcome to come in here and they know that. Even though the room says shh in the name of it, it don't mean they can't talk. It just means videos going on. I try to keep it to a minimum until area where it won't be unrespectful when it goes over there. I try my best not to. Sometimes I get upset and talk about things I shouldn't. Get mad at my plane, call it things I shouldn't. Come on now, I can't get my mouse back on that page. Still don't see it, but it's supposed to be over. I see it. Pull that down. There it is. Now, there it is. Couldn't see it. I 7 miles out of Corpus Cristi downtown. Get out here to this naval air station and put it down and make a day of it. I'll put up the truck game this morning. I'll put this up. I may try to get one more today sometime. Time me to start that Half-Life 2 at episode 2. Try to play it out. The hood didn't last near as long as I thought it would. I started off saying a couple of weeks, and about 3 or 4 days it was done. It just wasn't as long as I remembered. I was thinking it would take me several sessions. I did it quick. Took 5 videos, but one of them was sort of short. But if I knew the end was where it was, I'd have tried to got it all on the other video. Episode 2 starts off with train wrecks. I do believe they come up out of the wreck. Start episode 2. But the ended with us on the train trying to escape and everything blowed up behind us, and the cloud caught us from the explosion. Probably get on that here next day or two, try to get it started. Like somebody come in and drop back out. still looking for the VOR Naval Air Station, which is not going to be on for another between 30 and 50 miles from now before it comes on. It's signal 1400, 11400, and we're right now using signal 11550 as a directional for Corpus Cristi downtown. Not looking to come on before 50, 60 miles out, but it could come on at any time. I'm not expecting any earlier than 50, 60 miles out, and probably not full 50 to 30, between 50 and 40, something like that. At lowest 30. After 30, I'll start wondering why it ain't on. We'll be going into, like I say, Naval Air Station tricks, and we'll be using the ILS 11130, hitting 129. Runway length is 8,092 feet. Altitude is 19 feet. We'll get all that prepared once we get the signal on for the VOR. We'll work on it and the ILS same time. Getting ready. Once we get off the main signal here, the downtown signal, we'll have room for all the others to stand by without having to wait and remember something. Now we want to still line perfectly straight. We do 120, and we're doing 120, set 120, so it's pretty well straight out. We're doing all right there. We're doing 120 knots. Oh, we're doing it 120 knots here on 220 heading, level at 2,500 feet. We're high enough to have a little haze to us to ground, low enough to be able to blow the main clouds. So we're doing pretty good right where we at. I'll go down and take a nap after a while. I ain't sleepy yet. I have to quit stand up sleep. Hard on the old man. This 17-year-old kid's about to get tired of this. So you turn that 17 around. '71 going on '72. Everything still looks lying good. Hadn't drifted off enough to see. If it does, then they'll want to tell me by the bar becoming broken. Sleepyhead. Everything is still off. So I know with my eyes closed a minute. I hope I'm letting it snore too loud. $75 miles out of Corpus Cristi downtown. Still line, still looking good. Altitude 2,500, everything is calibrated. Let's go in here. Fuel is still at 50 gallons, so we've burnt 16 gallons since we left apparently. It says 15, which we're working on 16 one. Don't count the one you're working on. It says 50, you're working on the one under that. Well, actually, you're working one above that. 50 plus. Go 266 miles from here without changing for 2 hours and 51 minutes without stopping from where it sits right now. So now we'll go back inside this part of the plane. See if the wings is on fire. No, I don't see no fire on the wings nowhere. Guess we might be alright then. Ain't no birds landed on the wing and pooped on them. Everything looks pretty slick. Look like I seen on lightning then. Called that Cristi, that's how the weather's doing. I'd like to land down there somewhere and the weather look like it's chopping up down there. Call that my IFR approach on a VFR flight. Has set our flight in. Oh, what happened to our clouds? There we go. I batted my eye, looked back, and everything was in a milk bottle. Couldn't see past the bottle. That looks alright. 71 miles. Getting closer now to any time. Things can happen. I'm gonna come down around 500 feet, get below some more of these clouds maybe. Still got plenty of clearance here on the ground. All the way out through here. Give me another swallow of my coffee. That blocker clear up. Sometimes it does. When I go down, it may clear up also. Cleared up there. Cleared up there now. That looks more reasonable. Leveling off. 2,000 feet. Still got the signal in good shape. Back to here. 60. Actually, right there, I think the VR we're reading, and there's one we're waiting on to come on. Sometimes it'll clear up once you do that. Okay. There it goes. Hmm. 67 miles. Like I said, I usually count 50 inside here. That makes 17 miles from there to there. Roughly, so that's not too bad. I hear something on the other machine. I hope it stays low enough not to bother us. I hear a little something over though. This flight lasts about another 30 minutes probably. I hear it getting louder. Or somebody spoke louder up in that way. Yep. back. Back. That way I got below all the clouds. Looking a lot better on forest terrain. It's a little flat country, but at least we can see it. Nothing out here to be spectacular. 59 miles from Corpus Christi downtown. We should be picking the other one up within anywhere 10 to 20 miles, give or take. Squawking for 11400. Waiting on it to start talking to me. Green arrow will jump up and the noise maker start putting off Morse code. will look like our signal has come on. And like I say, as soon as it comes on, we can quit using the other one. So since it's on, we've been flying to this 11550. Now we're going to start flying to the 114. Actually working the signal around to where we pick up our ILS. So let's get this one right here up. That'll take a little change this one over. Now see it shows over. That just means the airport's over. It don't mean we got to get that way right at this moment. It tells me the airport is right about 209 from me. I'm alright, like I'm going for now. Let me get the ILS ready so we'll know more about where we're headed. The ILS, won't be on just yet, but it won't be long. It don't take it long to come on after this. 11130. And I want it in nav1 and nav2. Some people don't do that, but I do. I said 30, not 00. Right there. Cut this off for now. We don't need that either. 30 will be down there. There we go. Now we got this here. Our runway heading will be 129, which runway heading will be over here. And since the runway heading is to our left, we need to hold right of the airport. Pretty heavy, so we're already right some. I'm gonna move from over right of the airport. I'm gonna come around to 240. Well, I don't want to be on the airport when I get close enough to pick all this up. But I do want to get close enough to it. As long as that arrow there's at the top, we're working our way toward the airport. Anywhere from right here up, we're still getting closer. We're moving on an angle around it, but yet getting closer all the time. We got to bring it around till it matches our arrow on the other side behind our wing about 20 degrees, which we can circle at that point, not get further or closer. That's what I'll probably do, depending on the DME right here. We're 56 miles out now, and we're getting closer pretty fast, but I might have moved over a little too much, but too much is better than not enough. On this way of looking at it. Now we've got everything set up again. We're at 2,000. I like to catch it. We don't have to be any higher, but I like to be a little further out away from the airport when I catch it. The higher you are, the further away you'll be when you lock onto it. So I'm going to climb back up to 2,500, which is more than enough. Sure that I could do it at 500 probably to make it work. But you'd have to be real close to the line, didn't you? It wouldn't never line after you locked it. This gives it plenty of time to line up after it locks, and we'll lock it as far out as we can on that distance. We'll stay at least 25, 30 miles out, probably work around it, and come in from there. I'm working with the VOR 114, and this arrow here is pointing straight in. I'm gonna leave that like that for this gets down to about, when this gets down to about 20, between 30 to 28 miles, I want to start looking for the ILS because it should be on about then. Once it comes on, we'll use it instead of using the VOR. The only reason we would use the VOR is the ILS don't have DMB. We would put it back on down to it and use it for distance. So we know where we're at for distance as well. Alright, we're still on the VOR. Both. I thought I'd switched it. I looked up and the arrow was up. I hadn't switched it. We're still out 51 miles. Right there in that park's on the south, waiting on the signal. Ain't got one. Now I got a signal that comes back up, but that's a signal on VOR, not ILS. Miles out, still moving in toward the airport. As long as the green arrow's pointing up, we're moving in to some extent. Try to get around beside the ILS on the runway heading. Knowing how to do an ILS runway approach and everything. Oh, at least half of it or more is knowing how to locate it and get it lined up on it. Knowing how to get on it and lock, and not knowing how to get in front of it, it's not worth much to you. Gotta know how to get in front of it. You don't have to get as far as I do, but that's the way I do it. I try to hold plenty of distance and range, time to think and work on it. You can come in much tighter. It's just not my way of doing it. That's the reason I set the runway heading on this, so I would know which way I need to be. The runway goes that way, I need to be off to the west, northwest of the airport when I come around to it. That would carry me to the right direction. And this needle tells me I am on this side. Airport's over here, I'm flying to the west of the airport. And that right there tells me how far I am from the airport. I'm going to keep it around 25 to 30 miles. I don't want to get any closer than that until after I get around in front of it. That's my preference, nobody else's. Approach speed of this plane worked out to be about 75 knots. Anything slower than it drifts onto the glide slope too much. Now sometimes faster will even climb a little on you. Still hold. A prop plane is supposed to be regulated on altitude by speed, but using autopilot, the trim has to, you set the speed exactly, the trim has to work in between it. 45 miles out. Now the airport is about 45 degrees to my left, out in front of me, and almost south of me. South about 295, 195 probably is where it's at. And we got to have it 129 from me in order to run the ILS. Now, if I get around in front of the airport, and I still don't have the VOR, the ILS, I would use the VOR as ILS until I get close up to the switch. I'll locate runway heading on the VOR. Then when the ILS comes on, if it's left or right, I'll just slide over to it after it comes on. I've not been to this ILS I know of, have no idea how it works or if it's accurate or what it is. That has to be worked out as a component. Sometimes they don't work, sometimes they don't have a glide slope. Back in a little cloud down here. Still getting a view down here where I'm at. I'm at 2,500. Ceiling must be 2,000 somewhere, or less. The Boeing guy dropped out. Vince. Vince is in. That's what I saw. The Boeing guy's gone also. Vince is in at home on his computer. He's not on an iPhone today. Just picked up an ADL. It's got nothing to do with what I'm doing. ADL 284 is on. I have no idea what it's all about, so we're not going to worry about that. They don't have any distance or flight navigation. You have to fly to it. It won't bring you to it. It's now dead west of me. Have no idea how far, but I'd have to say it's 40 miles or less because that's about the range of it. Because it just come on, it should be about 40 miles. Alright, our airport's coming on down. Be dead south of us here in a few minutes. Still 40 miles out. I'm still close. I'm gonna come 10 degrees toward the airport. I don't think it'll be able to hurt me. Well, let's make it 9. I'll leave a number. Turn to 230. That'll push me closer to the airport before I get around the other side of the signal. It also brings this arrow up now to where it's only a little ways behind my wing, about half of what it was. If I get it on that wing, I'll be flying straight across the airport. So I need to travel a little further before I try to swing around anymore. 39 miles out. Like I said, about 30 to 28, I'll be looking for the ILS. So if I get it, I can switch over and I'll be able to line on it instead of the VOR, and it'll be more accurate once we get on this. It'll be where we want. If we line on the VOR, it might not be on the runway. If it ain't, then we'll have to get over it once the ILS comes on to get on the runway. If I push this button right here, if I forget everything, turn off localizer on. If I forget to watch this thing and we fly through, when that bar comes down, it'll turn itself into runway heading on VOR. And it'll remind me that I'm supposed to be doing something besides sitting, whistling Dixie, or whatever. I'm supposed to have been busy doing something. Not dozing. But it ain't gonna turn till this line here comes down along here, and this bar here slides down. That's when it turns. Somewhere between the time this bar starts moving and here, she should be already turning. Only if the localizer button is set, and it is set. "37 miles out and closing on the airport. Within 10 more miles, we should be looking at ILS. Since we got everything set to take care of us, I'm gonna switch over here right now. Even though I know it's probably not gonna be on, but it's not impossible that it would come on as soon as I've done it, depending on location and distance and everything from where we at. Now the NAV1 went back to parking south. NAV2 is not flying the plane, but it's prepared to fly it if it gets to the point I have to. Crossing the airport out here. Southeast of Corpus Cristi. Corpus Cristi somewhere in front of me, and southeast be right there, and that's what just went under me. Give or take a few degrees. I don't know exactly where that's located at this point. That right there is, that's back on the, it didn't come on. Something is on. It's dead south of us now. It's not moving the needle when I turn it on. It barely moved. I see it move. Yeah, there it goes. I turned first time it didn't move. Now I'm past it a little, so now it moves just a little when I turned it on and off. Because it's almost dead south from me to the airport, to the VOR. Get back on it right there and wait on it to come on. That makes it hard. Now NAV1, when it turns out south as your actual hitting, then NAV2 is hard to decide when it's on, when it's off. Except the fact you can do like this right here too. And it would say on, off. Now I'm back on NAV one up there. Another thing, it ain't beeping, so it's off. If I left it on nav on the other VOR, it would start beeping within a few minutes. Let's see where it's located. It's coming all around a little bit to this side. Now I'm fixing to try to come around another 5 degrees to the east, south and east. Right there. I don't want to come around too fast, so I'm already closing here. I'm still closing here, and I'm almost around to the ILS distance. And I don't want to get under 25 here until after I get around in front of it. Won't matter if I do, but I just didn't want to. What that 5 degrees for is try to get this on that marker. I am still off a couple 3 degrees there at least, but that was close. Now we're flying almost left base on the airport at 33 miles out. And we haven't moved into the left base direction yet. We're not that close. We're still too far out for it, but that's roughly what we got set up at the left base. Still waiting on the ILS to come on, which could be any time within the next 10 miles, but any time. Maybe a little over 10 though. Could be a little more than that. I'm thinking 28, but it could go as low as 24 before it comes on. I'm thinking between 30 and 28 I'll see it. But now, this is a VOR on that airport. This time it's accurate. It's not a difference. This time it's the same. What you're reading there is what the ILS is reading also, give or take half a mile, probably. I'm gonna come around 5 more, put that needle just a little in front of me, I think. Or 220 back to where we was coming from, all the way from Javier. We left Javier 220. Now we're getting around behind the airport. At this rate, we're probably gonna be closer than I want to be. I may even swag away a little yet. Because time this comes down to here, we're going to gain 5, 6, 7 miles, probably maybe a little more, which will put me closer, as closer as I ever want to get at this point. But now we're still flying across the airport almost straight, but it's a little bit in front, so it's actually airport's now in front of my wing instead of behind it. In direction, but it's actually in front of me by about 30, 35, 40 degrees yet. We'll keep going till the glide slope comes on. And I may swing out just to keep from getting too close to the glide slope to suit me. Usually I'm higher than this, but this small plane don't have to be. Cut that off. .3 miles from the airport. still ain't picked it up yet. 29.1. Let's see what the train looks like this altitude. Oh, we starting to see some texture to it now. Trees, let's see, like a little trailer house sitting back there. The reason I recognize it so good is what I live in. I know exactly what it looks like. It ain't mine, but it's 28.5. Anytime now. Wait for this needle here to actually come down a little this time. Noise maker to come on. And that right there will start counting numbers. Maybe. If the ILS has got DLB, I don't know that yet. Since they got VOR, DME on it, it might not have DME on ILS. Lots of times they don't when they're like that. Any minute now, though. Within the next 6-7 miles, we surely have it. After it passes 20, I'll start to wonder. There she is right there. We got it. I knew it was about that time. Now we can switch this one over. And like I said, no DME. Now we've got everything we need except we don't know how far out we are. Switch this back over to nav 2 and put that on nav 2, and now we got a distance and everything else. That's still pointing about the same direction because they're both together. That's pointing the same directions. 27.2 miles out. And we can turn that off. We don't need it no more. We don't actually need this no more, except we will have to change to the, no we don't. We're on ILS, we don't have to change nothing down. We don't need this no more. Everything is set to land right there with that part. Keep going this direction, we're getting closer. We have no diamonds yet, so we're still outside the range of those. They should be at 22 to 18, 24 to 18. They should see them maybe sooner. But not after 18, we should see them before 18. And just as soon as this needle here lines up with that needle, it'll take over and start flying itself in. Let's see if we're going to get a glide slope. If we don't get one, we'll have to manually bring it down. Level it up a little bit. Still doing 120 airspeed. Once we start to line and turn, I'll go down to about between 90 and 80. I'll get down to 75 before we hit the glide slope. Before I lock on. 25.4 out. 0.5. ADL is still on. It's almost straight behind me. Or straight across from the airport to me. It's straight across 21 to the other. ADL's on my right, the airport's on my left in a straight line. Just a few seconds it will be. Or a minute. I will say right there, just straight line across me from the ADF to the airport. Wherever the ADF's at, I have no idea. Not trying to find out. I could turn it off, but it would be looking at me. But I do not need it. I'm not using it. It's not part of my setup. That's all. That's Park South. Well, not park left and right. So straight out my right wing where it's parked. Each one of the directional instruments park in a different area, so once you run them, you know that they're parked at that point, or possibly parked at that point. Right, the airport is coming around to my left, and I'm flying left base right now at 24 miles and a half out, a little over. And I'll be turning in just here pretty shortly. Probably another 5 or 10 miles where I'm going, but that won't come off the distance. I'm flying crossways distance. It'll actually, if I go very far, start getting further away. It looks a little on the left. We won't never see it get further away. We just turned a little quicker than I expected. All right, slowing down to about 90. Oop, that's too much. That'll be alright right there for now. I'll bring this back to the top on the runway heading, which is right there. Stopped it dead on at that time. That ain't very regular I do that. Alright, we're watching for an ILS diamonds. And if we don't have them by 18, we start preparing to land manually. I should have them any minute now, though. If they're there. Being on a military base, they're not always there. They use a different landing system. But it should be there for GA traffic coming in that they do have a little bit of. Put that car, drive them out, roll around a little bit. 8.4. Slowing down another 5. .85 knots on the auto throttle. Airport still off to my left. This bar hasn't moved itself all the way down yet, even though it's flying the plane. It hasn't quite got under yet. .21. I'm starting to wonder about the ILF. We don't have to have it. This plane. If I was in something big, I'd be wishing I had it about now. I still believe I won't get it, but I could be off. Yep. Our diamonds are up. Right there's one, right there's one. We have a glide slope. Let them come down a little bit before we slow down anymore. Another drink of coffee. Get rid of that cough drop in it. Coffee cup's empty again. I looked, see if it had a hole in the bottom, but I didn't see one. Only hole I saw was the top. It had teeth marks on it, chewing on it. Still got Vince and that's the Razor in the Red Tail in King of the Road room, which is one of my rooms that I built for me. Alright, we're still doing. This plane should be turning. That right there should be coming to the top now pretty quick. This is passing through. That means the plane's got to work on getting over there now. It ain't showing a lot of turning. Come on now, start turning. I know it's going to be alright. Sometimes they run way out the width of the band before it actually does anything. Make you wake up and think about it a little bit by clicking it on and off. Still doing the same thing. It's going to do what it wants to do. I don't have the approach on because I never turn the approach on until them diamonds right there are moving. Just because they're on don't mean too much. If they're not active, sometimes you turn it on, they'll fly straight through, they'll move through, and you will not lock. Once they get active, you're pretty well locked if you turn them on after that. If you turn them on, you think it too early, wait till they start moving, turn it off and back on. That'll guarantee it to be at the right time. And this right here is active as long as it's flying the plane. I'd like to see it closer to the center, but the plane's doing it, I'm not. It's coming around, this is getting closer to the top all the time. Speed of the plane's got a little bit to do with that. Still pretty fast for, I was faster than this. Still a little fast for what we're doing. 10 more knots as slow as I'm gonna get though in this plane. Until I get ready to land. Preset my throttle on my joystick about a third, about a third to a half, something like that. So when I take over, it'll be ready. It won't be having to move it through a fast speed to get to a slow. The bar is getting closer, and the arrow's at the top now. It's got to get a little bit to the right in order for the bar to come on back over yet. It's a couple 3 degrees. It don't need much. Bringing that bar on in there, and it's looking better all the way around. With this plane in the virtual cockpit, you might not see the airport till you get ready to land. This nose of this plane covers it all up. Once it breaks over, we should see it till we get close, then it'll cover it up again. Opposite word there was should. It don't mean you will. Go outside the plane and watch it a few minutes. Still got time for that yet. And we can look around out here and see what we got left here. Coming in. As long as them diamonds are at the top, but no hurry to get set up. About time for it to start crawling down though. At this altitude, maybe as low as 12 to 8 miles. Like I said, I'm getting 4,500, so I get caught on about 20 miles out. But at this one, this altitude, you won't do it. I am being flown by the localizer, but not the altitude is only being held by the altitude of the plane itself. That's what I said it. Coming up on Cristi Naval Air Station. Trucks. Way up 0.6 miles out. Time to still at the top. I need to calibrate, make sure ain't nothing off there. Should be alright, but verify it. That's what I just done. Looks like you got a tower standing in the water right there. That looks a little out of place. That's what it is. It's like a radio tower, but they got it standing in the water. That's not impossible, but not highly unlikely. See something else out there too, right there. What that is, I don't know. Like a boat of some kind. Alright, I see the diamonds are starting to move. They are active now. Slowest is 180. Oh, it's 80 knots. And I'm going to set the approach down. That's active, that's active. Set the approach now. Let the plane fly itself in. Once the diamonds get out about that center line, I'm going to slow it to the 5 knots. And I believe that's what I've been landing at. Funny, I can't remember from one time to the next, even though it's the same day sometimes. Alright. getting ready to land. When the diamonds get down to that center line, the altitude light will go out. Slowing down the other 5 knots I was talking about. But and I believe that's about it for the glide slope to hold. And we'll go over and up and down a little bit, but she should maintain within a range of it. We're now on glide slope. Altitude lights out, we're coming down. Prepare my keyboard for a takeover with the joystick of the autopilot. Alright, we're running just a little bit high at this point. That's alright. Just because of the breakover speed in which we broke over onto the altitude on the glide slope. It'll work itself back. Might even be a little low before it's over. It probably will. I don't know what kind of wind we got, but since there's only one glide slope, it's either take it or don't. One ILS. Seven miles out. Pretty well online. Airport's in sight. Looks slightly to the left. I have to assume that's my airport. It's the only one I see. But also the needles on now one is showing I need to be left, which plane is moving that way right now, slowly. The airport is coming back in front of me a little more as it goes, looks like. Now we're just starting to break just a little low on the glide slope, but not enough to worry about. If it don't go to that next set of lines, I'm not a bit worried about it. After that, I start to be trying to figure out what I need to do. Well, the tailwind, it could actually go there due to the lift being lost. I don't know what I got as far as wind. I hadn't checked it, but it's showing them drifting a little bit. It's about time for it to start correcting itself, try to get back up. I believe it's coming back up. I don't see it already. Might not continue, but I saw it move. Coming in from the water. It is a boat. I don't know what kind. I'd like to know. Oh, I'll tell you what it might be. It may even be one of them oil rigs. I don't think no carriers not down here. That'd be the next thing I'd think about. I've never seen one in this area myself. Alright, the diamonds are back right. She brought me a little cup of pudding. It tastes pretty good. 1,000 coming down. 3.6 miles out. Runway in sight. Runway pretty well in line. Everything looking good on the autopilot. Let me get inside the plane, even though I can land better out here in this plane than outside and inside. But I'm gonna give it that benefit of a doubt right there. 3 miles out. Autopilot still looking good. I see the taxiway to my left, but the runway itself is obscured by the plane. To most part. Now, in real life, you kick your plane around and look and then turn it back. I'm not going to try that in here, but it will work. Like that right there, actually what I'm talking about. There you go. Autopilot has a little trouble getting it back when you mess him up on just altitude and speed. See it drop them. I caused it to lose some lift. Caused it to lose a little lift when I done it, and it lost its line too a little bit, so everything's alright. We still alright though. Preparing to take over 500 anytime now. This plane I can wait till the last minute. That's about a minimum, approaching minimum. It'll be a good time probably. Everything looks pretty good. Road there under me. I can't where I should land on the road. Getting back on, trying to get back online there to be throwing it off. Good enough, I can handle it, I think.
Approaching minimums.
Taking control, have control. All the lights set on the autopilot. Try to get where I can look over this just a little. As I come down, don't want to get in the water. Where's the runway? Or is it over yonder? Not too bad off. Get over that way a little bit.
50, 40.
Alright, get her down there.
40, 40. 30, 30, 20, 20, 10, 10.
Touchdown. Come on. Right there. That's my landing. Touchdown. We'll find a place to park this thing now. That'll look sufficient. I think they want to rush me off on one corner over here to search my plane before I go next to these buildings. And you wasn't supposed to be here, sucker. Let's see what you got on board. Then we'll worry about whether you park or not. If you come here, we're going to shoot you. But no, don't shoot me. Please, please, please. Here we go. Let's go up here. Wonder what they hiding out here. Anything? They say, yeah, we had it, and you'll never know. As long as it don't blow up. That's another runway. It's not a taxiway. I thought it was another taxiway. I don't see no taxiways. There was one to the left. Well, that's another runway. I thought I saw one to the left, but it might have been another runway. Let's taxi up this runway. See what we can come upon. Alright, crossing runway. 13 left. buildings yonder. They look like hangars and stuff. Let's go over there. Crossing the runway. Anybody looking? Watch out. I don't see nobody. I think I'll turn down this little taxiway here over to the parking lot. I see a fuel pump, I think. Get inside the plane, inside of these buildings. All at once there is no building, it disappears. Alright. I'll go over here in front of the tower, this little building right here. We're gonna make it a complete flight and call it done. Go there, we're gonna park it back inside of here. When I shut it down, the building will disappear while I'm in it, but that's the way it goes. It just, I can't because they build a building solid. Shadow showing. It's good enough right there. Now I could shut it down without going in the building, but I'm gonna go inside, lock the brake, and go inside the plane. See, all now we see clouds. We're supposed to be inside the building. Anyway, we're gonna shut this right here down. That'll cut the plane off. Set this off and the fuel itself plumb off. And knock all the lights and everything out. She's down, ready to, whoop, I turned smoke on, we don't want to smoke. There we go, right there, everything is down. And that's it for now. Go back outside the plane, it's outside the building. Look like about where we started, don't it? It's a different place, but anyway, that's it, this is town, don't be gone bye-bye. We'll fly another flight, drive another truck, do some combat or something probably the next day. If not tonight, maybe one night yet. Anyway, this is town, don't be gone bye-bye, and I'll catch y'all later. I'm gone. I can't push that button, all I do is just